What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another one. And in this video, hopefully it doesn't freeze on me. Okay. The last time that we were here, we opened up the Skirmish. We finished up Skirmish number 5, 6, or no, not 5. We finished up 6 and 7 on the right, and we finished up 8 on the left. And in that time, since our video, I've got my building set up so that I could just quickly show you and talk about how you should think about setting up these buildings, in my opinion. Now, these buildings, in my opinion, are strictly like, I want you to think of the springs as the same things as mainers, because what you're getting out of it is you're getting merging speed boosts. And that way, those packs, they just go quicker for you. And by the end of it, you're getting a 20% speed boost per spring that you have. And you'll hear an argument kind of go back and forth about, oh, there should be 2 gyms, or there should be 2 of these spires. But no, in my opinion, I actually kind of, I use... Let's see, this familiar support. And so that allows me to get an additional 9 packs merged all on my own without doing any research or anything additional. And that allows me at one time, if I want to come in here and do merging of anything, I can lock it in and get 11 at a time. I only am going to merge, by the way, while I'm in here. On a quick side note, just think about Aquarius as your first project. You just want to keep on merging those packs for the better part of the future, and that's all you need to know for now. We'll go over that in a future detail. But for now, the buildings that I've got set up, I've got all springs up here. I've got 1 spire down here. I've got a gym right here. You have to have the monster hold because it's just there automatically. Or maybe it forces you to build it. I don't know, but it's there. You need one, and then 1 mystic spire. So you're going to build the spires with these. The higher level you get, the more packs that you get to merge, up to 9 when it's at level 25. And then with the springs, like I showed you, you're going to get merging speed boosts, but at level 25 you're also going to get one for the skill stones, which is going to help you a little bit. And then let's see here, that was it on that, I believe. Anema, yeah, and this anema is something that you need, how much you can hold and all of that information. Here's the totals. This one produces this much, all of them all together produce this much, and then the total that I can store in all of those is this much. And this is going to speed up how many packs you can merge, which ultimately is going to give you familiars, and these familiars give you abilities that you're going to be able to use. Here's Aquarius. I've already got him to level 20. I need 1 more of these packs on my next merge, or 1 more of these runes is what they're called, and I'm going to need 1 more of those in order to get him to go from a hatchling to an adult, and then you need like 100 or 80 or something like that to make it go from an adult to an elder. And so you want to merge as many packs as you can as possible, because that's really where this is all going to come from, is coming in here and merging these, and then it's going to give you 1 random of these. But Aquarius is the hardest to acquire, so you're going to be doing that for a little bit. And then here is where you train, right? We need our levels to go up, so when you go to your Aquarius, boom, we go here, increase the level. We can use these little elixirs if you're getting them. I'll talk about that another time. Right now his maximum is 20, so even if I tried to use this, it would say cannot exceed. And I don't want to use that one until it can exceed that amount. And I'm not even going to put him in the gym until he has the 1 extra pack to go up to the next level. Until he can go back to the gym, I'm just training another one. This guy has a particular army talent that reduces enemies' cavalry. I actually thought I was training another one, so I'm going to have to correct that. But it doesn't matter here in the beginning. You can make a small mistake like that and get away with it. But in the long run, you're going to definitely want to get it right, which is why we're going to have a whole section on familiars all by itself. This 30-day deposit, you want to get going as soon as possible. I've already talked about that. That's going to be here when you unlock this land. Now, this is the Kingdom Tycoon, and you can, I don't have any, I look at that, I got 1 token. You get 1 free every day, but then you can also roll extras. And these things you land on, I've been landing on quite a few glowing halos, which is something you really do want a lot of in this game if you're going to build up weapons, and especially for range and infantry for your accessory. We'll talk about that another time. But you can get packs, and we are probably going to buy a lot of packs that are going to give us coins that allow us to go in here and possibly win a bunch of gems and help us increase our game. But mostly it's going to help us build gear, get the right items for the gear that we want. And it's also going to give us some familiars that we can build up and make kind of really cool for ourselves. And those things are going to help us in the long run too. So it's all interconnected. We will get there. Now, on this is the labyrinth. And you can use, I have 3,000 gems. I use it, I attack this guy, and you keep on clicking until he's dead. You might get the chance of a gemming gremlin to appear, and you keep hitting that guy. Hopefully you kill him. If you do, you get the jackpot that's down here. And in Elite, only if you've bought that $99 pack, then that's multiplied by 10. And it costs you 1,000 instead of 100, but if I used 100, I would only get 10 items, right? 10 of these. But if I use one of these, I get 11, so 10 of them, I get 110. I believe that's right. So in any case, you get 1 extra per 10, right? So if I spent 1,000 here, I'd only get 10, but if I spend 1,000 here, I get 11. And I hate to use it here, but I'm just going to show you for argument's sake for this video. So it's 50, but I get 11 of them instead of 10 of them, and that's where that's going to come in, especially when it drops special items. You want to go in here and look and see, okay, this is dropping Terror Thorn stuff, and then you can go onto your gear and have a look at that and say, okay, let's just go take a peek for fun. We go here, we say Terror Thorn. Where is he? Here we are, Terror Thorn. What can he build? Well, he's helping with infantry a bit. I don't know if that's the one that we're going to want to use for infantry, but, it might come in handy. This Terror Lash, I can tell you, is awesome, but mostly this Terror Shield, that's what you want to go after. That's going to be a nice piece of equipment. So you definitely want to look and say, oh yeah, hey, there, I need that Terror Thorn seed in order to build that piece of equipment, and so that might become valuable in the future to go in and win some of those labyrinth battles, which we will probably get into. Now in my next video, I am going to be getting into the Verge, and I am going to be getting into the hero stages, so we can move those things way along, because by now I normally would have. As you can see, I'm building out my buildings because I have nothing to do in between videos. I want to save the videos of doing these, which you don't have to wait for me on, obviously, but I'm trying to get them done so you have access to them all as a paid-to-play player. You should be far along in that, and you should be far along in the Verge as well. Both of those things are going to be very helpful. But let's finish out this video with the last of what I got going on here. As I discussed, I continued my process. If you count them out, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 of these quarries. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the lumber mills. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those mines. And so now we've got our stuff really working for us. As you can see, we can produce 77,000 an hour and store up to 1 million, which isn't a ton yet, but we will get those there after we get our castle where we want it to be. Now, I am at castle level 23. and I have a bunch of resources that I'm glad that I'm saving up. Every time there's a hell or a solo event, I don't really do the monster hunts because I want to save up my energy for a different purpose. There's something better to use it for than what you get out of those. Much, much better. So I'm going to save every ounce of energy I can for now. And then up here, I've only built mainers. Okay, so that's going to, as we discussed with the springs over in the familiar area, this is going to keep on increasing the speed at which I can train my heroes, and it's going to give me a 2% army attack when it's at level 25, but I get a 20% boost on the speed at which I am going through and training these heroes as I'm training them. So when I'm saying, when I am saying, okay, I want to build up my next set of T2 troops, I look here and I can see my training speed is 196 plus almost 200%. On my other account, it's like 350 or something like that, and I know you can even get higher than that. But you really want to get that training speed up as high as you can, and push up these troops whenever there's a hell event. So these mainers are going to help increase that speed. As we get to the top, we're going to get 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, and I think I must be well over like 400% now that I'm thinking of it in those terms. Now, the very last thing that we'll do in this video is just very quickly cover everything that I've done, because it is important to look at equipment. Now, my equipment that I have... What in the world? I think half of it got dumped down here for some reason. Weird. Okay. Well, I'm not sure why that happened. I did not favorite all those, but okay. So I did forge some equipment. We're going to look hunting equipment, everything that I could. I leveled up. I got... Okay. Let me go ahead and jump over to this. We have 3 accessories, so I built one of each of these. I built my Earth Shatterer. I built my helmet, hunting helm, and then I built, each piece. I built 3 of these and 1 of each of the others that I could for my hunting equipment. I got them all just common, the white, the gray, whatever you want to call it. And then after that, I got them all to go uncommon. Then I got them all to go rare. And then I got what I could to go even higher than that. So you've got a legendary, you've got a couple of rare ones here. I jumped this one up because I could jump it much faster, so I did. And that's something that you're going to want to look at. Go in here and get your equipment going. Go into your event equipment, look at your hunting equipment, hunter set, and then build what you can. Start here and build one of each of these. In my opinion, you could choose to build up a single one. Like the Earth Shatter is going to be the hardest one, so you could choose to build that up to the maximum, although it's going to take you a while, and that one piece is only going to benefit you until you get it maxed, and then you move on to a second piece, which is fine. I mean, whatever strategy you want works for you, it works for you. Now, there are some pieces in that hunter set that, for example, when I build my main hand weapon versus my accessory, they use different materials. So no matter what one you focus on, you may have tons of materials that you're not using of the other one, so be aware of that. And then, so we went through the hunting equipment. Let's just go. I bought a new emote set just for fun. And that one was here. I just pressed this, and it's these dogs, which just lets me express myself a little bit better. I haven't in any of my other game, in any previous castle that I've ever built, but this time I thought it might be fun to just kind of do it. And then the last thing that I'm going to show you here is the research gear that I built, and that's going to be extremely, extremely, extremely important. Research is number one. I can't believe I didn't do this as one of the first things, but I was caught up in some other things, so it is what it is. But the research, when I go to do that, anything that I pick, it's going to give me a research speed, how much the original was, how much I'm doing as a result. So you don't want to do 25 days if you don't have to. And this thing is definitely over 300% in my main account. And I'm going to plan on getting this one much higher. But let's see if it's in the saved. I don't know why they're down here, but it is what it is. And you've been chosen. This is a cool thing, guys. I got chose to try this thing out. And every week I get a pack. my experience. If it gets to a certain level, I get rewards. If I do certain research, I get certain things, and then I can spend my coins up here that I acquire through purchases and whatnot. It's it's called Royal Comforts, and it's a trial basis is what they say, so not everybody is supposedly getting it. Here's that flute. This is going to improve my research speed the higher and higher I can get it. So I built 3 because you get 3 of these in accessories, and then I built each one of those up as much as I could. And I think I got 1 to purple and the other 2 to blue, which is correct. And then I did that electric lance up to blue because it improves my research. And I also bought a pack here. So let's see, lunar float. Let's see, and finally I did join TC Tough Crowd, which is a guild. I left the other one. They weren't moving quite as quickly as I wanted them to, so I left the guild and I moved on to the next one. They accepted me, and then they merged with this guild, which happens to be, if you look in our kingdom, oh no, not search, ranking, guild. We happen to be top might at this time in the kingdom. So Tough Crowd is a tough crowd, for real. All right, we're going to have fun with this. And if you guys have any questions, hit me up in those comments. If not, I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.